Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coach Modaka Maora. And let me start by saying I've postponed this for the longest time possible, but I would also say that this is the right time for me to do this series of videos. It's something that I've been researching, it's something that I've been doing. I've also went for training, and I would say that we shall have a very exciting journey. Let me start by saying that I am a trained career coach by Raziel Career Center, and I have done my research. I've done quite intensively on careers, and my major area of interest have been the CBC and also I've also done a lot of research on the current 844 system. And let me start by saying that if I go back to how we chose our careers during our times, I'm not very old, but I'm also not very young. I remember the teacher who was in charge just brought a booklet to us and told us we were supposed to select the courses, and then they were supposed to be taken to Nairobi. I think they were being taken by posta or something. So I remember looking at the booklet and looking at some of the careers. I loved biology when I was in high school. I also loved literature. So I remember looking at the booklet and seeing Bachelor of Science Biology and gotten a lot of interest in that particular course because I thought, so I'm going to the university to do biology, and I'll be doing biology alone because I loved biology. But later I came to realize that that was not what I thought it to be. So we had a scarcity of knowledge when it came to career during our times, and even now I cannot say that there is quite enlightenment when it comes to career choices. And that is why I would say that this YouTube channel is very important for you, for any learner in Kenya, whether CBC or whether 844. And let me start by saying that I will try to make the videos as precise as possible. Let me bring you on board on what we shall be doing. Currently, CUSP have covered all the courses, have covered them, and have clustered them into 20 clusters. If I may give an example, cluster 1, we have Bachelor of Law. Cluster 2, we have business courses. Cluster 13, we have what we call the health courses, and cluster 19, we have educational courses. That is just but an example to give you how the courses have been clustered. So I will use the same method to bring to you what I want to bring to you. We shall be looking at each cluster. I will have a series of videos, and in those videos I'll be doing a cluster by cluster. Some of the clusters are quite short, so we can combine them, but this is what I'll be doing for every cluster. If it is, for example, the first cluster, Bachelor of Law, I'll start by giving the overview of the cluster, what the cluster entails, or which courses, not courses rather, but what simply the cluster entails. What is law, or what is Bachelor of Law? What do we study, or something of the sort? Not to the content, not to the course outline, but that's the general overview. Then we shall do the subject requirements. KCSE subject requirement. CUSP have subject requirements for every course. And most students go to select the courses, and then you're told you have not met the minimum subject requirements, because for every course there are the minimum subject requirement that CUSP have, the body responsible for those particular courses have submitted to CUSPs, or the body regulating have submitted to CUSPs. So when the students are going to select the subjects, the courses rather, the candidates are going to select the courses, some of them are told you have not met the minimum subject requirement. And I felt it is good we have prior knowledge. The course that the learner has an interest in it is good they know which are the subject requirements, which are the cluster subjects, which are the minimum subject requirements. So, pause. Make sure that go and call someone, share this video, because we are just going to give wealth of information here. Number two, we also align it with CBC. So if we give the KCSE subject requirements, for example, if we say it is English, any group 2, by the way, I'll give you the groups, the way the CUSP group the subjects. We have group 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For every group, I'll tell you the subject that I found in that group. So that when I say group 2, you know that we're talking about the sciences. When I say group 1, we know that we're talking about the previously known subjects that were known as compulsory subjects. But I'll do that in another video. This one I'm just giving an introductory video. So, for example, I was mentioning on history, if it is on law, if it is English, if it is number 2, we have maybe history. Number 3, we have maybe in a group 2, that is the sciences. Number 4, we have in a group 3, group 4 or group 5. Those are the business and the foreign language. We'll talk about them. So when I tell you these are the KCSE subject requirements, I'll then come back to CBC and tell you these are the 3 subject combinations that you should have or you should select if you want to do law. Because KCSE, we have the subjects. In CBC, we have subject grouped into what we are calling subject. We have the pathway, for example, STEM. Then we have what we are calling the track. For example, under STEM, we have what you call pure sciences and applied. I think I will do another video to explain all these. Then we have what we are calling the subject combinations. For example, you may decide to do social sciences, then you may decide to do humanities and business and humanities. Then you're going to select 3 subjects, maybe history, CRE, and maybe business studies. Now you get an idea, but I think I'll do another video that I'll explain very well how these subjects or the CBC subjects have been selected. Make sure you make sure that you stay put. So number 3, something very interesting, I'll be looking at the ideal student fit. For every subject, or rather for every course, there are those clues that a learner as young as they were in PP1, PP2, in primary, in junior secondary, in senior secondary, there are those behaviors that they start showing that if you look at those behaviors, they are well aligned to the career that student would do. And this one will be very interesting. Imagine in every cluster, I'll be giving you the behaviors that a learner may start to show as in early stages of life. So kama ni law utakwambia huyu mtoto anaweza kuwa na tabia kama hizi. Na ukiangalia, I'm very sure by the time you're done with all the clusters, I'm very sure when you look at your child, you'll see, huyu ni engineer. This is an engineer I'm bringing up. And it becomes very good when a student or a learner or someone do a career or take a career that is well aligned to things they love. It become the journey become easier. The learning become interesting because it is with a goal. Most learners we have in class do not have a goal. If I may give an example, there is one student that was doing a career guidance on, and they had done well and they were to join campus. Then the student came to me and I asked him, what have you always wanted to do? Do you know what the students hate? That mimi nilikuwa tunataka nipite. Past that, I did not have an idea. And let me tell you, that is how many students, that is exactly what we are experiencing. Most parents are preoccupied with pass. But let me tell you, the confusion that is there after the students clear Form 4, and this one I can tell you for sure, the confusion that is there after they clear Form 4 is unimaginable. Most students, most parents do not even, mimi hata sijui mtoto wangu anafaa kufanya nini. And that's how many people have ended up in the wrong careers, become demotivated, and they are stressed, and they don't love their job. I'm not saying that even, and when we are talking of career, we are not talking of jobs alone. We are talking about even self-employment. That is what we are talking about. So let us make sure that we set the trajectory as early as possible. And I'm sure that will help you in that. So I was saying that we shall be looking at the behaviors. I will be calling it the ideal student fit. Then we are going to also look at, and this is very interesting, you will love this. If you have a child, you love this. We shall look at the career opportunities. Okay, I have done Bachelor of Pharmacy, Pharmaceutical Technology. What are the career opportunities? Where am I supposed to be employed, or how am I supposed to employ myself? We are going to look at all that, and I hope that we shall gain a lot from this. And then, very interesting again, as we shall be looking at the career opportunities, we shall look at the emerging careers and those that are declining. In every field, I can tell you for sure, especially with the evolution of AI, there are careers that are coming up. Don't say that AI is taking jobs. No, there's people who are coming up with ideas and aligning themselves with what is emerging. So if we keep telling our students to do the traditional courses and to do the courses that are declining, that's how they end up frustrated and saying there are no jobs. Let us make sure that I will be giving you the careers that are emerging and those that are declining, so that you avoid them as much as possible. And finally, we shall look at the career models that I have ReaSec model. I'll be looking at a ReaSec model. I'll explain what it is in another video. We have what we call the Gallup strength. And finally, we have career anchors and we have multiple intelligence. And this is how you learn that my student may not be good in science, but he's very intelligent because he's good in kinesthetics. My child is not good in what we call cognitive, or what we call the mathematics, but he's very good in music. And according to multiple intelligence, music itself is intelligence, not only mathematics. So we shall be looking at all those and how every career aligns itself to those particular models. And I am sure by the time I'm done with this series that I'll have helped most of you. But make sure that, of course, we engage. Tell me what you'd like us to talk about. This is a new channel, and I would so much to research and talk about what you yourself, as my viewer, that you would want us to talk about. So let us engage, comment. I would like you very much, my viewer, to make sure that we keep this channel growing. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure we engage each other at the comment section. I'll be very much willing. I have no monopoly of knowledge. If you have anything to share, we are always willing to learn new things. But let us do this, because the Kenyan child needs this. The Kenyan parent who has a child needs this. There's people who also want to repackage themselves. Maybe you feel you're in the wrong career. You also need this. But I am sure by the time we are done with this video, utakuwa umesaidika. So make sure you subscribe, you like, you share. Unajua, the more you like, the more you subscribe, YouTube ifanye mambo yake ya algorithms, many people will watch this video. So do not just watch and move. The best way you can repay me is to subscribe.